All right, you guys, before we get into today's episode of the pod, you guys have to subscribe because I'm looking at you and you are not subscribed to the channel yet. And also you have to hit the notification bell because you're not going to know when I post if you don't have notifications when I post. And then also share the video, you guys, so all your family, friends, anybody you may know can tune into this podcast. And then also like the video so I know you guys are liking these episodes. And then also comment down below who you guys would like to see on this podcast. It could be anybody. Just let me know. And then also follow my social medias. I'm going to pop them on the screen so you guys can stay up to date with everything to do with this podcast. And then also check out the Spotify version as well. It's going to be in the description. So click that link if you want to listen to the Spotify version. And then also the take.sport.blog. I am a sports writer. So go ahead and check out those articles. If you guys do not click that link, you guys are going to be missing out on some of the best articles you'll ever read. So make sure to go click that link below. But let's go ahead and get into this pod, you guys.
Going on. Welcome to yet another episode of the Take Podcast. I am your host, Jackson Burleson, of course. And in today's episode, we're going to be breaking down Super Bowl 57. Now, Super Bowl 57 was an instant classic, one of the best Super Bowls I've ever watched, to be honest with you. First of all, let's start off by talking about these terrible referees. The referees made this game for the Chiefs to win. First of all, let's not even get started on the last play of the game. The Chiefs clearly did not have any interference at all. Juju Smith-Schuster was not getting held. It was not a pass interference. He barely grabbed his jersey. He just had his hand behind his back. That is not a pass interference. You're honestly crazy to think that. That was just ridiculous. And then the Chiefs, they take a knee. They don't try to score, which is smart, but you just really want to see a close game. And, you know, Jalen Hurts was sensational, first of all. He threw for 308 yards in the air, which is honestly super impressive. I mean, just what a season for Jalen Hurts. He led this Eagles team to a Super Bowl after getting blown out in the wild card round last year. What a turnaround. What a turnaround, guys. And the Eagles, one thing they really did not do well this game was get to the passer. They were absolutely terrible. Mahomes was able to escape when he was in trouble and avoided sacks. And this defense led the NFL in sacks. So for them not to get one sack on Patrick Mahomes is honestly devastating for this Eagles defense. Then also this Eagles defense, they were giving up a lot of coverages in the secondary. There were a lot of blown coverages with receivers wide open. That is not a normal thing for this Eagles secondary because the Eagles secondary is the best in the NFL, and it has been all season long. All season long. You know, Darius Slay, Zach McPherson have been on top of their games, not allowing the receivers to really do what they want. And Travis Kelce really had his way this game. Juju Smith-Schuster had a heck of a game. But the thing that everyone knew that the Philadelphia Eagles could not do on defense was stop the run. And they could not stop Isaiah Pacheco. Now, Isaiah Pacheco is Tyreek Hill as a running back. He is so fast, especially on the outside. When he gets a little block on the outside, he's taken off. I mean, he had a couple nice runs. He really made his impact on this game. And the running game of the Chiefs was a big reason why they were still in this game. And the Chiefs defense won them this Super Bowl. I don't care if Patrick Mahomes won MVP. The Chiefs Super Bowl was because of the defense. That is why they won this game. 2 turnovers, and they scored 2 touchdowns. That is a great defensive performance. This Super Bowl really strives the statement of defenses win championships. This Super Bowl is a great example of that. And, the Eagles, they were dominating this game. They had the control. They were driving up and down the field whenever they wanted to. They were very physical. They were doing the QB sneaks more than any team I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a team do a QB sneak as much as the Eagles have done. And they went for it on fourth down multiple occasions. They just never were conservative. They were always aggressive. They were playing to win each and every snap. It didn't matter what down it was. I love the way the Eagles coaching staff coached this game, and especially on offense. The one thing the Eagles didn't do well that they'd been doing well all season long was running the football. Their offense was primarily passing the ball, which is not something we're normally accustomed to seeing from the Eagles this year. Now, A.J. Brown, he had a really big game, but Dallas Goedert, he was making some incredible catches. Dallas Goedert probably had the best game of his entire NFL career tonight. Like, that is how good Dallas Goedert played. He was just making some insane catches. Now, there was a catch that he did have that he kind of bobbled the ball after he put his second foot down, which it's a debate if it even a catch or not. But the fact that the Eagles, the play after that, got a snap off, and then there was a flag thrown, and then Andy Reid's still allowed to throw a challenge flag, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. The referees screwed the Eagles from winning a Super Bowl. I'm still very furious about that last play because that was the worst call in NFL history. Not even close. That was not a pass interference. Simple as that. It's just a really crappy way for a Super Bowl to end. And for it to end that way in the referee's hands, it's just devastating. Because you want to see it end in the team's hands where they actually have a chance of either winning the game or messing it up. So I just can't get over that. I really can't. And you can say whatever you want about Patrick Mahomes, but I'm going to say this about Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is not Tom Brady. He will never be Tom Brady. I know he is chasing Tom Brady, but he's got a long way to go. And Patrick Mahomes was not the reason the Chiefs won this game. I said this already. Patrick Mahomes was on the bench most of this game. The time of possession, the Eagles had the possession of the football 20 minutes more than the Kansas City Chiefs. That is a huge number. That is a huge margin to have a time possession that long, that much longer. And, Patrick Mahomes, his ankle, I get it. But at the end of the day, it's the Super Bowl. You got to get it done. And if Patrick Mahomes did not win this Super Bowl, this would be a very catastrophic loss. And it would hurt Patrick Mahomes' legacy as a Kansas City Chief and as a future legend in this game. I literally watched them, Jimmy Johnson, Howie Long, Michael Strahan, all those guys in the post-game. And the host guy of the post-game show said, the legend of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is not a legend. Not yet. Not yet. Give him a few more years. Let him win some more Super Bowls. Let him break a few records. Just give him time. And I just don't understand what the obsession with all these ESPN outlets, all these sports outlets trying to compare people to Tom Brady. No quarterback will ever be Tom Brady. Tom Brady was just a different kind of football player that we will never get to see ever again. Patrick Mahomes, he does some special things on the field. I will give him that. But you can't say he will be better than Tom Brady. He is never going to be better than Tom Brady. Like, it just pisses me off, honestly, when people say that. Now, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL right now? Yes. That is nothing that you can't say he's not the best quarterback. If you're saying he's not the best quarterback in the NFL, then you're just a hater. But this night was the one exception. Jalen Hurts played better than Patrick Mahomes tonight. He did. That is a fact. You can't say otherwise. And I think next year the Eagles will be back in this point. They are a really good team. I was just really surprised, honestly, on how their secondary played. I did not expect the Eagles secondary to play that bad. They gave up so many, big time plays at the end of the game that really swung the momentum. But the referees changed everything. They really did. I mean, I hear people talk about, the NFL's rigged and it's scripted. Someone's got to be telling these referees to make a certain call, because everyone knows the NFL wants Patrick Mahomes to win and wants the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. That is just a given fact. No one in the NFL wants the Eagles to win. And personally, I hate Philadelphia Eagles fans. I do. And I'm glad they lost this game, but I really did think the Eagles were going to win this game. And I said it was because of their secondary, and their secondary did not show up. They did not show up when it mattered most. And that is why the Eagles lost this football game. And they could not stop the run, but the Eagles could not get their own running game going. Miles Sanders did not even have over 30 yards rushing. That's bad. Like, Kenneth Gainwell had to carry the load in the rushing attack. The second string running back. No. Like, Miles Sanders had a great year. Like, you got to have guys like him step up to the plate if you really want to win a Super Bowl. And this offensive line, guys, didn't really, do a great job at the end of the game letting Jalen Hurts have time to throw the football. He was running around sometimes quite a bit. They did a good job on him for the most part, but sometimes they just kind of let up their protection. And the Chiefs' defense is just absolutely horrendous. I mean, they should have done better. They shouldn't have turned the ball over. Jalen Hurts, he was careless with the football at the beginning of the game. They shouldn't have had turnovers like that. They really shouldn't have. The Eagles shot himself in the foot multiple times with this game, but at the same time, you can't really do anything about the refs. The referees, this game was in their hands. They decided the Super Bowl. And at the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes is Super Bowl MVP, and the NFL gets what they want. And everyone's going to be talking about Patrick Mahomes. He won the Super Bowl with the ankle injury. Get out of here with that talk. I don't want to hear that. Seriously, I'm fed up with it. I'm really, really, really fed up with it. But this is the best Super Bowl I've seen in a long time. This is a really close game. The Chiefs were hanging in there the entire way. The Eagles just kept pushing it, but the Chiefs never gave up. And that's the kind of Super Bowl you want to see. And I just can't get my predictions right, guys. I'm struggling. I said the Eagles were going to win, and they lost. I said the 49ers and Bengals are going to be in the Super Bowl, and none of those teams made it. So I think it's officially time for me to retire from predictions. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about that. If I should retire from predictions or if I should continue. Just let me know in the comments. But this is going to go ahead and do it for today's episode of the Take Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and enjoyed the Super Bowl as much as I did. But make sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get these notifications when I do post. And then I'll let you guys know about the 1 year anniversary pod. It's not going to be this week. It's probably going to be next week because things came up and I'm getting a little busy. So I'm not going to be able to have it, but I will update you guys and I will post an update on when the date is changed. It will no longer be February 13th. So just kind of keep an eye out for that date. But what a great Super Bowl, guys. And I'm your host, Jackson Burleson, and this has been another episode of the Take Podcast.